இனம் அதன் பயனை அறுப்பது இறைவன் மகன் பாவத்தை இதைப்பது மனித இனம் அதன்
Yeah, that was today's music. How are you today, my friends? I am okay, you would say, maybe. Maybe you are devastated. Maybe you are down in the pit. Maybe you are down there, where someone, more or less, everyone, are when they are devastated, down in the pit. We don't know what to do, when to do the right thing. We can wait and wait and wait, and wish for the happy hour. Then it will appear in an awkward situation. So, what's up today? The Indian music. I tried to do this Israel-Palestinian, the sickness in Norwegian. I couldn't do it. I did it, but it didn't go well. So why? It's like this language is some kind of a life of itself. That what you try to do in Norwegian is something that you can't, when you are used to talking in English. You try to say the same in Norwegian, which is my native language, mother tongue. And that seems to be like moving in from a castle or a big flat to a tiny apartment. Yes, it should be a polar opposite. I should have more to say and use different words, more appropriate words. This English talking man doesn't even have the right words. So how come I couldn't do it in Norwegian? I did it, but I didn't want to. Shows that I didn't even put out the sickness, I didn't put it out. The one that I did it in English. I didn't. I forgot. Maybe I forgot to put it out there. So you have to live in suspension until further notice. It is just an example that it's hard sometimes to do something in your own mother tongue than in a foreign. When I was a youngster, I often talked in English with myself. And in a serious debate with some imaginary persons, I talked in, first, of course, in Norwegian, but that seems to be... I wanted to talk in English. That was my drive. So here I'm sitting, talking with myself as if I'm talking with you. And I wouldn't deny the benefits of that. Talking like that, I think many people does do this exercise with themselves. That they are talking with themselves as if they are talking with a friend or related, someone that they have some relationship with, as if the issue which is talked about should be more precise without these limitations. It's when it's in real life, as it is always in real life. But if I in fact was confronted with the person in hand, I don't know how my argument will go. I feel that I'm not very certain or convinced that it will go well. So it's kind of a exercise that you exercise with yourself, like if he or she is some imaginary presence, that you are in fact talking with her or him. I think that can be a good exercise, but it doesn't give so much viewpoints if we are not aware of the fact that I'm talking solely out of my own perspective. I may try to convince myself that it is the object fact, but I think that we are lured into some deceptions, that what we are talking about is the object fact, but we can state it is an object fact, yet it's just a personal approach to what's the matter. I have to adjust this as I adjust my language. Every time I need to realize if I have advanced in something, if I've been moving forward in something with this language, with clear thoughts and a clear perspective, if I get some enlightenment, so to say. I don't want to... This is not a bragging video that I want to explain how bright I am. No, it's... in fact, I suffer a little bit of this clear-minded speech, that I should have more clear-minded talk, keep it more simple, and do the talking in a very coherent way. And that is, for me, exercise of degree. I need that kind of exercise. I forgot the lamp. I had to fix it today. It was loosening up in the joint, so I had to glue it on. I didn't want to have this pedestal. What to call it in English? Stativ. The stand for this selfie lamp. I didn't want to have it behind because it was taking up space. So this language exercise that I am dealing with is kind of important. Maybe not for you that listen to this, but it is important for me to do the necessary self-reflecting ability in order to dig a little bit deeper. Who is calling now? I should chase them out. Famous man sending me a story. Author. I don't know what he is all about. Let me see. Okay. Nothing important, I guess. It was talking about authors. Maybe this author would help me because he had been a diplomat, high-ranked diplomat, and he made this book. Written books. I just briefly viewed a little bit about him, and maybe he can contribute with my language skill, because it's a two-sided coin here I'm talking about, and I don't want to expose something that is not necessary. But to do this videos, this talk, and this self-contemplation, I think it's much needed in my case, because I need to have this different perspective and be aware, even if I can't see it. Of course, I can't see everything, and most often than not, I'm mistaken. I am wrong. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy for this realization that even though I thought in many ways, in many aspects, I couldn't find the right. It's a gamble if you are right or wrong. And you have to look at yourself as some kind of a gambling guesser that you don't know it all. I have been into this many times before, and you may be tired of it, but all this PhD and this professionality, the theoretical knowledge doesn't help so much as we wish it to be. I think it's highly important that due to experience, we have one way to go, humble ourselves. Due to our experience, we have one way to go, and that is humbling. That is humbling. And when you find yourself beaten up because you were wrong, you thought wrong, you assumed something very wrong, you are humbled. And I think it's a two-sided here. Either I get my language straight, and it's a work of the skill of using words. But it is also a skill of mental degree. Because if you need some language skills, if you need to put the right words down or out, you also have to be more reflective, more precise in your thoughts. You have to be more to the point. And I don't think of myself that is... You see, as we say, everything can be improved. Yesterday, the Women's Day, it's the 8th of March. was gone. And I agreed with myself the day before, the 7th March, that I should go to the city, church and everywhere and congratulate the women for that day. Honor them, congratulate them for that day. But what you know, I forgot it totally. It was out of my thoughts completely. And what I decided, in all honesty, to do, I forgot. And I was humiliated by myself for getting that. But you can't really be humiliated. You just have to accept your own limitations that you sometimes forget. You sometimes miss out. We get sensitive because something like that happens. I've been talking to friends and so on over the years, and some are very sensitive to if those didn't gratulate the birthday. I've been talking with people that are sensitive to that. They forgot me, as I'm not in their life anymore. I'm sensitive too. I pick out something to be sensitive about. But I don't think forgetting today, when you have this sandbox of so condensed information, and we are sitting on the mobile phone and computers, newsletter and everything is passing by like something that you can't go so deep into. I'm sitting here because I like to hear someone talking about real stuff. I'm sitting here and wondering how much people can go around without any deeper value to their life. It's all about you only live once. Make the most of it. Spend money, do whatever you don't care. Whatever you do, it's all yours and your life only. I don't go into that, my friend. I think the value of life is making something meaningful of your own. So doing good, putting the right words. In the Bible it's written what only one word can do for a blessing. Only one word. One word in the right time, to the right person, in the right occasion. But I don't mind the occasion, as long as it's only right and it's good to do it. Don't wait for the occasion, my friend. Because if you have something to say, say it. If you don't, it's part of you that is getting lost. How can I make these videos believing I should keep quiet? Even though people doesn't like it. I know many people, without them knowing that I know, but they don't like me doing these videos. They have some obsession about what this man should do or not. They are picking out people and judging them for what they are doing. I do some judgment too, but in that retrospect, you should know that whatever we do it for a good reason, not a revenge. But I do this as a revenge, because I was told to keep quiet when I was young. It was said, you Oleg, you keep quiet. So, in retrospect, I do it as the revenge over those harsh words. The moment you deny someone the right to speak, you get speakers. You get the words on the roof. And today they are laughing at me. Not that I'm particularly funny. Maybe I am. In my own way, I don't know. I have no clue about that. But I have this freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. I should write it down. You have freedom of speech. So if you are denied, my friend, to speak out, we have just celebrated the Women's Day. It was all about speaking out. Mind you me, mind me you. It was all about speaking out. The women's right is all about speaking out, putting verbs in their mouth. And today they can be proud that at least they achieved something. They can be proud. And I honor them. And as I said in my Facebook profile, that a man wouldn't feel whole if he didn't have some feedback from the women. So it's always like that. We need that kind of feedback that give us credibility. If you have a slave for a woman, you are no more my man, my friend. If you have a slave for a woman, you are no man. You are no one. All is about you giving liberty to speak. It's a clue to that. When you are ignored, when you are muted, things will happen. Over some time, things will happen. So the language, my friend, which I'm talking about, in a very deep sense, it's what I wanted to say something about language that is molding the future. It's molding something that we can be proud of, because language can destroy. Language can kill. Language can make war. But language can also be a blessing. It can be the future for our youth. If we deny the children their right to speak out, your future will be bad, but their future will have some wisdom to it. So my friend, pay much attention to what language really is. You work on yourself in order to be heard. You work on yourself, your language skill, the precision of your words, the clearness in your mind, that your words can be showing. You can expose your clear thoughts. That is so rare today because people are confused. When people are scared and confused, they don't talk clear. They hide behind words, which many are doing. We had some incident here about some people's right. The word of sorry didn't appear, and they kept on demonstrating. It's a lesson to learn. If you have a sorry to give, if you really regret something that you did or didn't do, the sorry should be the first word in your mouth. As a leader, that should be the first and foremost, because you are the leader. You have some degree of decency, of admitting your own faults. If you are a leader, my friend, you admit the faults you have been doing, or the lack of good deeds that you may confess. So language, the speech that we are all doing, we try to teach our children how to speak. Why do we do that? It's a deep, profound reason. Because we want to live. We want to own the reality. We want to understand the reality. We also want to understand the meaning of life. What can we compare this with? God comes to my mind. I don't believe in this slow millions of years development. No, I don't believe in that, because the human mind is made in a way that we try to seek meaning, content, the value of things. We define everything. We teach our children to speak, to calculate, to do all this kind of stuff, in order for them to have a clear mind and make their own future. So today, I've been cleaning up. We need to clean up sometimes before the Shabbat, and everything will be in order. So, liberty, my friend, liberty. Shalom to you, and keep the liberty.